Hi there, Ricky Cool here, and it's Mississippi saxophone time. Have a little listen to this. That is the wonderful King Curtis, great jazz, blues, rock and roll, soul saxophone player, and somebody who is really well worth studying if you're a harmonica player, because a lot of what he does transfers really well to our little instrument. This bit of saxophone that you're listening to is from a song called Decoration Day by the great Chicago piano player from back in the day, old style blues, Sunnyland Slim. And King Curtis is working as a sideman with Sunnyland Slim on this number. Now, that introduction is what we call a 5-4-1 intro with a turnaround. It's in the key of G. We're going to be working with a C harmonica, Richter tuned diatonic. We're playing in second position. So what do I mean by a 5-4-1 with a turnaround? It's a standard bit of blues terminology. So if you're not sure what I mean, I'll very quickly explain it. So I said we're in the key of G. So using my trusty melodica, this is a G major scale. And a 12-bar blues, a basic 12-bar blues in the key of G is based around that G major scale. And if I build a chord from the first note of the scale, that is chord 1. Okay, if I go from the note G and I count up 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and build a chord here, that gives me a C chord, which is chord 4. And if I go to the 5th step of the G major scale, I end up on the note D. And if I build a chord up from that, that is chord 5. Using the numbers saves you having to try and learn what the chords are in every different key. You can just say to 1, 4, 5 and leave all of that working out to the guitarist or the piano player or whatever. Okay, so a 5-4-1 intro in the key of G is going to start from chord 5 with the D chord. Then it'll go to chord 4, the C chord. And then it'll go to chord 1, the G chord. And the turnaround comes right at the end, usually after a little kind of rundown, and it just takes you back to chord 5, which is like a link or a lead-in to the next verse of the 12-bar blues, or in the case of this number, because King Curtis has used a 5-4-1 as an introduction to it, it'll take you into the first verse of the 12-bar blues. So I hope all that's clear. So let's have a little look at what King Curtis is actually playing here and translate it for the harmonica. Right, so here we go again. The first phrase. Oh, I think I'll put some volume back up. Okay, first phrase. Take it back. Here we go. Beautiful. I mean, what a great tone King Curtis gets. What a beautiful saxophone player. Okay, this will be on the end of the video, by the way, if you want to take a screenshot. So we're starting on the 3-hole draw. And we're going to do a full step bend. And then we're going to go back to the 3 draw. And then do the full step bend again. So we've done that 3 draw to full step bend, we've done it twice. And make sure you separate out the two notes. Don't do it like this. It just isn't going to sound right. I don't think so anyway, for this little introduction. And then we've got a sort of what we call a triplet, and it's going from 2-draw half step to 2-blow to 1-draw. So that first little phrase becomes then the rhythm is repeated, not exactly, because King Curtis has put his own little inflections on it, and this is what we should do as well as harmonica players. But this time we're starting on the 3-draw full step, going to 3-blow. It's much smoother doing the 3-draw full step to 3-blow than doing the 3-draw full step to 2-draw. 2-draw and 3-blow on the Richter tune diatonic, of course, play the same note. If I try the 2-draw, it's a little bit more lumpy. And it's particularly useful this time to use the 3-blow, because when you come to the triplet, your first note is 2-blow. So, very nice smooth transition. And then 1-draw, 1-blow. So that first phrase, if you were being accompanied on it, would be played with chord 5, and the second phrase would be played with chord 4. Okay, so let's put those two together. And then we get the rundown. And this is a really nice one to have in your armoury, and I'm going to show you a variation on it as well. So, 4-draw to 6-blow to 4-draw. And then 4-draw half step to 6-blow to 4-draw half step. And then King Curtis does 4-blow, 3-draw full step, 2-draw. And then he plays the 2-draw again. And then you get 2-draw full step to 1-draw, which is the turnaround. So if you were being accompanied, whoever's accompanying you would have gone back up to the 5 chord. Okay, so that's the basic introduction, rundown and turnaround, but obviously we want to make it sound a little bit more musical. So I'm just going to give you a couple of ideas. Before I do that, I'm just going to show you that variation on the rundown I mentioned. So starts the same, 4-draw, 6-blow, 4-draw. 4-draw half step, 6-blow, 4-draw half step. Then 4-blow, 6-blow, 4-blow. And you could then go to 3-draw. So, and then do your turnaround. So that's a little variation. When King Curtis plays the introduction, he bends some notes. He does a little glissando up into at the beginning of that rundown, which is beautiful. So a couple of things we could do. We could, that first little bit, 3-draw to 3-draw full step, maybe just slight bend on that first note. Maybe start with a closed cup on the harmonica and open it out as you play. At the end of the first phrase, some vibrato. I was using a mouth vibrato there. It could be hand vibrato. it just wants to be in keeping with the music. Then that little rundown, as I mentioned, King Curtis does a beautiful little glissando into it. A glissando, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, is on a keyboard, is this. That's a glissando. Okay. So we could maybe use a bent note and straighten it out. On the 4 draw. And there we are. So that's a little introduction, 5-4-1 with a little rundown and then a turnaround. You could use it in lots of situations when you're playing with a band. So let's just put this into practice. I've got an acoustic jam track here, which I got from the website of the great YouTube harmonica teacher, Ronnie Shellist. The website's called Harmonica 123, and there are some really good jam tracks that you can buy from that website. This is a slow blues in G. You get a little introduction. The person who, I assume it's the guitar player, tells you what he's going to do. There's no counting, but the guitar player does a little run up to the 5 chord, so you know when to come in. So I'm going to play the King Curtis intro, and then I'm going to play through the 12-bar blues and try and keep it stylistically okay with the backing track, and then I'll do the introduction and turnaround again at the end of the first verse, and I'll use my little variation. Okay, so here we go. Right. Whoop. Okay.
This is a slow blues from the 5 in the key of G.
There you go. This is Ricky Cool signing off. I hope you found this little video useful. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you did. Thumbs ups are always liked as well. And I'll see you again shortly with another video, I think, dedicated to King Curtis, because there's more in this number we need to analyse. Okay, when I say this number, I mean Decoration Day. Here comes the turnaround.